Hi everyone, it's Ken Mason from Whispering Souls. Um, Sorry I haven't been around. My mind hasn't been working too well, and I had to take some time off, and it's been kind of a setback for my stroke. But I think it's getting better now, so I'm kind of back with new videos. Um, so I was noticing one of my friends the other day. It posted a meme on one of his pages that kind of said that, and I don't exactly what it says, but if you don't meditate once, then you should meditate twice. And I was thinking to myself, kind of interesting. I hope you guys like my new hat and all that. It's springtime, so now I'm going to the white. Anyway, I'm digressing. Um, and I was thinking about that, and I posted where he posted it to, and probably not the right place to post it, but it kind of says, well, uh, we meditate all the time anyways, so why do I would need to do once and twice? And then it kind of dawned on me, it's okay, uh, you know, sometimes I say things that probably shouldn't be said, but in the end, meditation is a very, very good thing. It allows you to control your mind, allows you to control your breath. It's very good for things like yoga and Reiki and psychic development in a hospital, especially if you're in pain. Uh, you know, Meditation is very good at controlling pain. Um, and there's a lot of things that we use meditation for. Um,
You have a new mail.
I also have, there's also points in life where, where people try to learn meditation, especially the one where you're supposed to still your mind and be very quiet and not really do anything, just so that you're trying to connect to your body. The problem is almost everybody, 99% of the people, will not be able to do this. Simply because as soon as they try to do it, it gets interrupted. And then, we try 2, 3, 4 times, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then we get frustrated. In the end, we just give up on it. And they say, well, the monks and everybody else and all the higher learned people have done this for 20, 25 years. I'm sure for the first 5, 10 years or whatever, they had the same issues. And I'm sure when they try to meditate certain days, they still have the same issues where they can't concentrate or, they can't connect the way that they want to. But there's a whole, there's a whole level of frustration when it comes to meditations, and which is why a lot of times I teach people don't do that meditation. Use daydreams. And daydreams basically allow you to go back to where you were happy in your life. You can imagine yourself being in, your parents' house if you're happy there, or grandparents' house, or go back to a part in life that you were really happy, a location in the world, and go back there in your daydream and just feel the happiness. And that's what basically those daydreams are for, is to feel the happiness. The second level of those daydreams, of course, is to go out and actually connect to past loved ones, develop your psychic abilities, and so on and so forth. But again, these are all, meditations that we invoke, or, I call them the forced meditations, but we invoke them because we want to do something, and then as soon as we do that, we're fighting with our own mind, saying, am I up to this, doing them now? I know I have to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it, but you're not up to do it, and so on and so forth. And so it creates this whole level of frustration for people, especially when they're learning and whatnot. So what I wanted to do here, though, because, there's really no way other than teach you if you can do it differently or whatnot. Uh, I teach to use the daydreaming method because I feel it's better for you, simply because even if you don't visualize, you can still feel things, and it allows you to bring back that that joy and be able to feel things. Where if you're trying to still the mind and trying to still yourself and be quiet and just listen, the frustration will come by because the mind wants to think and you want to think, and then all of a sudden, you'll hear a sound in the background or something, you go, oh, and then, oh, I gotta start over again, and it can be a very, very frustrating thing. So one of the things I wanted to point out, though, is the one thing we don't pay attention to a lot is our natural mediums. Not mediums, meditations. Sorry, I keep going back to mediums. I don't know why. But meditations. So there's a whole level of free meditations that we do that's completely natural, completely normal, that we do without even thinking. Of course, the big one, as I mentioned before, when we use a daydream to do something, to learn something, we do daydreams automatically. I mean, you sit there, you listen to somebody, you all of a sudden drift off to something. You're driving. When we're doing things and we're not concentrating a lot on things, and we will daydream because we want to know something. We're looking for something. And a lot of times we'll have a daydream and also we'll have the deja vu or the aha moment where you'll go, oh, there's the answer. I never thought of that. And, the deja vu, you might sit there and all of a sudden you go, oh, I remember this from something before, and perhaps I've done this in a past life, or I wonder why I'm seeing this. I've never been there. And the whole point of that is that because we've done a meditation that allows us to see the answers we want, and we do it naturally. The other natural part, of course, is if you're sitting there and you're concentrating on work or reading or whatnot, you'll notice that a lot of times you do this and all of a sudden you don't hear anything and you're lost. You're so working in what you're working on or what you're reading that all the noise that's around you is gone. Other than, of course, the really bang ones or explosives or whatever you want to call them, the ones that are very, very loud. If there's just a bunch of people talking or whatnot, you'll be sitting there and you won't hear a single thing that's going on. Unless somebody actually pokes you or says, hey, what's going on? And also you'll jump and say, oh, sorry, I was lost. This is virtually the same as trying to still the mind. It's natural. It automatically stills your mind anyways. So a lot of times I tell people, if you can't do it by stilling your mind, then do it by focusing on something that you're trying to do. Look at a book, try to read it, and don't get distracted. Write if you're doing something, writing a book, or if you're actually doing something that's very creative. A creative part of you is a huge part of your meditation systems. People who do creative stuff will tell you, I can get lost for 2-3 hours. I don't hear anything. All I see is what I'm doing. That's a huge meditation part. So if you look through things in your life that you do, you'll notice that you do a lot of meditations during the day. And they may be simple ones, they may be complicated ones, but the whole point is that our spiritual bodies, in a sense, I guess you can say, get bored with what we're doing and lead us to something that's interesting, or lead us to an answer, just by putting us into a kind of meditation where we don't have to deal with stuff that's around us. And that's one of the answers in the world, in our lives is, why do we have to spend so much time on other things when we can just focus on ourselves and get our jobs done? So the word of this, the thought of all this is that, we spend a lot of times trying to meditate, trying to still our mind, trying to do this. We go in yogas, we're quiet down and whatnot. But in the end, if it's not successful and if it doesn't work for you, then why try it? You're just wasting time. You're wasting effort. You're just wasting your own energy. If it doesn't work for you, if you can't still your mind, move to something else. Try visualizations. Try feelings. Close your eyes. Imagine being at somebody's house and do it by feeling. Simple exercises that I teach by just imagine yourself at your home and your grandparents are there or whatnot. Or just go read a book and all of a sudden you'll see yourself not reading anymore and you're doing something in your mind and do something that allows your meditation skills to take you somewhere where they want you to go. So don't get frustrated. If it's so frustrating you don't want to do it, just don't do it. Do something else that will do it for you. Have a good day. Again, Ken Mason. If you like what I do here on this page, please subscribe and I'll see you next time. Talk to you later. Bye.